Okay, so Instagram has changed a lot as a platform. This year has been a roller coaster ride. Introduction of Reels, introduction of new features, introduction of the new algorithm. Everything has changed in how Instagram works completely. And here in this video, I have 8 things that you should know if you want to grow your Instagram in 2021. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So the first and the most obvious one in this list is Reels. Introduction of Reels has changed how Instagram works as a platform. Reels is just a TikTok's clone that is implemented into Instagram, but it has changed the way Instagram sees its content. If you have not updated the app, you might not find it, but if you update your app, I'm sure you'll find it in the center. This proves that Instagram is trying its best to push this feature to as many people as possible. And this also makes sure it's the golden opportunity to use this feature for your benefit. Well, does doing TikTok videos on Instagram really help you grow? Yes, it definitely will, and here is why. Instagram is definitely trying to push this new feature into everyone possible, and that's exactly why there is such huge reach that is coming from Reels. And using Reels for your advantage right now can be a game changer and can get you so many new followers. So now is the best time to use Reels for your advantage and grow on Instagram. And also, making reel content must not be that difficult. It can be just something like behind the scenes or some fun editing and stuff. You don't have to waste a huge amount of time trying to edit reel videos. You can just make it on the go in the Instagram app itself. So use this feature to your benefit as much as possible. The second thing I want you to work on is hashtags. Last year, a lot of people complained about hashtags. Even the big influencers were telling that the hashtags were not working like they wanted it to. So there was a big buzz in the system. But now a lot has changed. The hashtags are working on my posts, and even most of my friends and clients said that hashtags are working very well right now. And that should be a very good sign for you to use hashtags in your post. If you don't know how to use the hashtags or what hashtag strategy to use, I have already made a video about the hashtag ladder strategy. I will try to link it down here or here, I don't know where. Somewhere I'll link it down, and you can check that video out if you want to learn a thing or two about hashtags. Okay, so the next thing or the third thing that you have to be doing is to post on the right time. Instagram gives you insights, so use that insight to know when your audience are most active and post on the right times. But Yajnesh, when is the right time? Well, anytime when the most of your Instagram audience is active is a great time to post, because there is a possibility that most of them will comment or share your content. But I would highly recommend you trying to understand your audience and know who your most loyal followers are, because it's not just about people being active, it's also about people liking and commenting your profile. So make sure that you post on times when your friends or your best supporters are active. And also, I would recommend you posting an hour or half an hour before the peak time. This will make sure that the post builds that momentum to get on the peak time, and thus giving you more reach and thus more followers, profile visits, and all those other good things. So make sure that you know your audience, check when they are active, usually check the stories when they are most active. And you will also find a lot of databases on the internet that will tell you when is the best time to post. So use them all to come up with the time and then post consistently on that time. Which brings me to the fourth tip in the list, that is to post consistently. And I mean by posting consistently, either post once a day or once in 2 days or once in 3 days, so on. Make sure that this time gap is very consistent throughout. Also make sure that you post on the same exact time. Here we go back to the last tip that I just shared, that is to pick the best time for you and stick to it. Well, why should you consider this? This is because how the Instagram's algorithm works and why it is important. And I'm doing a detailed video about how Instagram's algorithm works right after this video. So it will probably be the next video I post on YouTube. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and also hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss out on it.
Do it! Just do it!
Okay, so if I had to explain this briefly, there are something called as preferences and signals when it comes to Instagram's algorithm. Whenever your post is up or whenever you upload a post, a signal is triggered in the Instagram's algorithm, which then collaborates with the preferences. These preferences are from your audience. So it is like Instagram will check whether your audience like your post, or daily they connect with you or engage with you. So all these data points are discovered and the preferences are checked, and then they engage with your post, or your post is shown to them on their home feed. I guess this got a little complicated. I was not trying to make this complicated, but if I had to explain this in an easy way, what would I do? Well, it's like whenever you post, Instagram checks whether the next person that it's showing it to is interested in your content. Okay, so when Instagram checks and finds out that they are interested in your content, Instagram shows your content to them and they engage with your post. That's how engagement works. But if you don't post for continuously 3 or 4 days, their preferences change. And whenever these preferences change, in place of your content or your account, there comes someone else who becomes their preference. And this is how the algorithm works. The algorithm does not know that you're not posting, and that's why that person is not connecting with you. But instead, the algorithm picks up on his preference or the new accounts that he's engaging with. So when you come back after a week, this person will start engaging with someone else. So whenever you post, the signal sent will not fetch a preference signal from this person, and thus the whole mixture messes up and you won't get the engagement that you expect, you won't get the reach that you expect, and thus leading to low followers. Well, I'll explain this as much as possible in the next video, so stay tuned for that. I'm trying to decode this to make it into simpler words. I'm not great at explaining things, but I'll try my best. So for now, just remember that it's very good to maintain a consistent posting pattern. The next thing you have to do is to engage as much as possible. This once again goes to the algorithmic part, that is the preferences and the signals. So when you engage with someone more, when you talk to someone more, when you like someone more, or when you comment on different videos, everyone shares a relationship with you in the algorithm. So the more people you talk to, the more people you engage with, the more people will see your content. Your content becomes more viral the more you talk to people, the more you engage. So you get as much as you give. So give more and more engagement to receive more and more engagement. I'm not really sure if I have done a YouTube video about how to engage and how to effectively spend your time on Instagram. Well, if I have, I will link it down there. And if you and if you are someone who is interested to learn about this, I have already shared a lot of information about this particular topic in my Instagram page. So you can check me out there and give a follow if you end up liking any of the content in the feed. And if I have not done a YouTube video, I'll make one soon, so subscribe for that, okay? And the sixth one, this is not a secret hack at all. It's just using your stories as much as possible. Well, now I understand that posting every day might not be possible for everyone to do. And coming up with content ideas, if you're a creator, that can also be a little difficult. And that's exactly why stories are so important, because the time when you spend not posting content is spent on the stories, and that will keep up the relationship and keep up those preference points that I mentioned earlier. So the more and more stories you post, the more and more people will interact with you on the stories, and this will make sure that they stick with you as a community. So the whole point of Instagram here is to use this as a social media. Well, Instagram is not a business tool, okay? So in reality, Instagram is not for you to sell something or teach something. It's a social media platform. So you have to keep people connected to you as much as possible. So how can you do that? Well, you are only posting once a day at the most, or twice a day maybe. So rest other times, like if you spend commenting and liking your post or commenting back to people, DMing people, you are spending likely 1 or 2 hours on those posts, right? So the next 23 hours people are not in contact with you, and all the time they are not in contact with you, they are in contact with someone else. So to stay in their interest list, you have to interact with them, and this can be done easily using stories. So use stories for your benefit. Maybe it can be anything, right? You can post anything on your stories, maybe you walking your dog or doing dumb stuff at home. You can literally post anything on your stories, so why not use it for your benefit? And also using story stickers and any other gifts and everything that Instagram provides you, the new effects, everything will help you get more and more exposure using stories. So use it to your benefit. Why leave out on something that is there for free? The seventh one and the most game changer tip in this whole list is to do more collaborations. Well, you would be surprised at the amount of followers you gain just by doing collaborated lives. Maybe collaborated posts or group lives. All these things give you a shit ton of followers that is not available in any other case. And I dare you to do more collaborations. Do one collaborated live per week or one collaborated post per week, and you will see the difference and you will thank me later. Just understand this. There is a reason why Instagram has given you a feature to invite guests into your live. There is a reason why there are multiple video chats and other things. So these collaborations can really pump up your growth and also build a strong relationship between you and their audience, and this can be a huge game changer for you. I don't think I can explain the importance of this enough in just one video, but try this out and I'm sure you'll thank me later. And the last tip in the list is to stick to a very specific niche, be it singing, dancing, comedy, or Instagram growth, digital marketing. Digital marketing is a very wide term. Maybe it's SEO marketing, or maybe it's Instagram marketing in specific. So stick to a specific niche and don't be a fish of every sea. Is that even a term? I don't know. Forget, don't be a jack of all trades maybe. So that's the term, I guess. So just stick to one specific niche. That's what you should be focusing on. Why is this so important? Well, I'll give you a very broad example. If you are a dancer and you post a dancing video every single day on your account, so you're growing very well and it's happening, okay? So your growth is going fine, and suddenly you jump and post some singing content. So nobody is really interested in your singing abilities if they have followed you for dancing. So that's more obvious unless you have a very good voice, which is not the case here. This might not really seem that important in the first glance, because now imagine maybe your dance videos was getting 200 likes every day and your singing video suddenly dropped to 100 likes. So the next dance video will get 180 likes, which is almost equal to 200. So there is nothing happening, right? So this might not really seem that important, but here is what happens. This drop in engagement or this sudden variation will stop you from growing exponentially. Now, what is exponential growth? It is when you grow from 2 followers a day to 4 followers a day, then 8 followers a day, then 16 followers a day. This type of growth is called exponential growth, and you will go from this to growing like 2 followers a day, 4 followers a day, 6 followers a day, 8 followers a day, 10 followers a day. So this is not exponential, this is linear, I guess. I don't know. So the point is that you won't grow exponentially, and that will stop you from getting viral, and that will also stop you from growing fast, and it's just not worth it. Try to stick to one specific niche that you are interested in and want to grow, and then stick to it. There is no reason for you to keep jumping around. Once in a while is fine, but don't do it continuously or consistently. So those were the 8 things that you need to know to grow your Instagram account in 2021 right now. And apart from this, there is profile optimization, good profile picture, bio, your Instagram theme, your highlights, your content strategy, content pillars. All these other things are also important. These are the new things that you should be focusing on. Those other things must also be focused on. I have already done a video on profile optimization. Check that out. I'll give the link somewhere here. So that's it for this video. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope the video was entertaining. I am not a very entertaining person, but I tried my best. So that's it for this video. This is Yajnesh signing off. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.